Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Brenda. Mi llama es Brenda. I am from The Connection, and for those of you that are not familiar with The Connection, it is on the first floor by the Safety Center in the Davies, down the hall a little bit. Great place to get your feet wet, getting a little bit of exercise in. Let's start out warming up a little bit this morning. Just in your chair or standing up. Here we go. There we go. Now remember, the higher we lift our legs, we've always got a safety net. I was a silver sneaker instructor for 15 years, and that's the one thing we learned. Grab that. You've got a countertop, you've got a chair, you've got something as a safety net. You can be way up here with your legs, or you're probably there saying, are you kidding me? I'm down here and happy to be able to do this. You go, girl and boy, that's good. Let me get my mic situated. Sorry about all this. I want to make sure you can hear me. There we go, there we go. And like nice little walk in the park this morning. There we go. Nice little walk in the park. Okay, just getting that heart rate going, getting that blood flowing to all of our body, our extremities. There we go. I will turn my music down just a bit. I probably don't have my mic up as loud as you would like it with this music. Bear with me. There we go. There we go. Can't turn it up from here. Okay, we're good. Always have that safety net of your chair or your counter. Oh, shoulders are back. Remember, try to keep everything in alignment. Ears, shoulders, hips, and knees. If I stand, you stand, please stay straight forward. If I stand this way, I'll do this way because my mic's here, but I tend to hunch. Look where my center of gravity is kind of. So be aware. Now, I know those of you that have watched me before or worked out with me know how I am about posture. Takes off 5 pounds. Hey Mary, how are you? Or hey Mary, how are you? Posture, whatever does it for you mentally. It's kind of like drinking water, which by the way, I forgot mine, but I'm gonna mention water quite a bit today. Whatever motivates you to drink that water, whatever motivates you to stand up straight. If it's you want to appear 5 pounds thinner, or you're cognizant of balance, whatever it is for you, keep that in mind. Now I'm going to add my arms. This adds a little more on the heart, gets that heart a little more aerobic exercise. There we go. Really warming up. I hope you are having a wonderful day. We are so blessed to wake up every morning and have friends around us, family. We can call people. I tell my friends, life is what you make of it. So pick that phone up and call an old friend or go to lunch with someone if you're up to it. There we go. I hope you're still with me on the arms. Now, if this is too much cardio, take the arms out, hold that chair, and you can be way down here, just tapping. Or, if you have hip issues, knee, we're working our heart right here. Modify is the name of the game. There we go. I'm using my heart. I'm going to turn my music down in case it's driving someone crazy. That's more or less for me to keep my beats per minute. There we go. I'm going to do this for those of you that don't want to use your legs, those of you that do, and those of you that just want to use your legs. Okay? 3 different stances. Any way we're using that beautiful heart. There we go. Really a good workout this morning already. Breathing through the nose. God put filters in there for us. Deep breath, chest rises, and exhale. By breathing, the reason some of you I know are saying, of course I'm breathing. I mean good deep breaths. Fill those lobes of your lungs. By doing this, we are helping to keep the blood pressure and the pulse in check. Helps lower everything a bit. Inhale. Come on, we're almost there. Nice, good warm up. Woo! 4 and 3. Shoulders back. Hold that tummy in. 2 and 1. Feet hip distance apart. If you're sitting in your chair, that's quite all right. It's early for many of us. Inhale through the nose. Raise it up. I have a bad shoulder. Exhale. Once again, the reason we do this, keep that blood pressure and that pulse in check. If you're standing, inhale. Now we're going to try something. If you're sitting, out, out, in, out, out, in. Stay up if you're up. For those people, and if you have to stay in your chair, if you need to be in your chair, that's much better. I wish I had it right here, to tell you the truth. Out, out, in, out, out, in. I'm going to turn the music down a little more and figure this mic out a little better. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? Out, out, in. Out, out, in. Out, out, in. Now once again, what we can do here is big steps in your chair or up here, or just a tap, tap, in. It's picking our feet up. So important. I can't impress upon you enough that when we pick those feet up, I need an ear. I'd like an ear, Mike. In, out, out, in. Here we go. Out, out, in. And it can be a big step. Please try to pick your feet up. As we age, and I'm not saying any of us are old, because when we're 40, we're aging. When we're 1 week to 1 minute old, we're aging. But we tend to shuffle. We tend to, that foot doesn't pick up, and there we go. So this is very important. Pick those feet up. You're looking great. Good job. And it doesn't have to be a big knee. You can be down here, just picking the feet up. Oh, come on. We got this. Really getting a good aerobic workout this morning. Really getting a good workout. Here we go. Now we're going to take it here. Feet hip distance apart. You can sit in the chair, feet hip distance apart. What I want us to do now is tap and reach. Tap. Tap. You can be in the chair. Stay up if you're there. There we go. You're incorporating those obliques, that waist. Reach. There we go. For those of you that have not didn't make it to the Veterans Commemoration on Thursday, I believe they said they had it. We have a beautiful display. It's very impressive. Down by the Davies Center with uniforms, and I just walked past it coming to the Davies. So you may want to come down and see the display. Here we go. Reach. Got the chair. If it's too much, I'll slow it down. I know we're not 50 anymore. There we go. How's that? Reach and turn. Now watch my shoulders. I'm turning. That's incorporating. There we go. Reach. Incorporating, we're using our shoulders, our waist, our obliques, our hips, our heart. Use it all. There we go. Reach. Reach. Once again, I'm Brenda, and I'm in the connection. The connection, if you see that in the newsletters, if you see the connection, that means that's the fitness center. It connects one wing of our building to the other wing of the building. That's a way to remember it. The connection. So come on down. We have swim classes. You can swim. We have a wonderful hot tub if you have aches and pains. Many of us have muscular issues. And we have live classes. We have just weights. I shouldn't say just weights. We have a fitness center. So I hope that you're taking advantage of that. Some people do it for the social, just to get out for an hour. Lay your clothes out the night before and just plan everything around your fitness routine. It's so important. Let's do 4, reaching, 3, come on, we've got this, 2, and 1, okay. Deep breath, chest will rise, exhale. Get a drink if you have your water, and I wish to goodness I had mine. That water is so important. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but if you wait till you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Many of our medications will dry us out, as well as depending on the time of year. Okay, I'm gonna do I was gonna do squats. I'm not gonna do squats because I'm sure many of you are in the chair. If you're in the chair, you can do this one with us. Let's bend that right knee. If you're standing, shoulders back. Remember, I'm not this way. I could just, okay, shoulders back. I'm gonna walk down these halls and everybody's gonna be walking like a drill sergeant, right? Okay, there we go. Bend that right knee ever so slightly. If you're standing, if you're sitting, we're lifting from the hip. Now look, my entire leg is one lever. We're not lifting at the knee, we're lifting from the hip. Right knee is bent if you're standing. Light touch on the chair to help work on balance here. I can have it just, I call it a death grip, when your knuckles are purple from squeezing it. If that's what you need to stand upright safely, perfect. If you have the luxury of still being able to balance on one foot, there we go. Lifting from the hip, let's slowly lift that leg up and down. Up, slowly. Sometimes I'll see people doing one of these. You're using momentum. Slowly up. These muscles are shortening to pull the leg up and slowly down. Let's try 12. This is tough. Now tap down in between if this leg is tired. 11, 10. Go all the way down with that leg and tap for a break if you need it. 9, 8, and I have to think backwards and talk. So this is good, healthy for us all. 7, 6, good job out there. 5, come on, we got it. Touch down and take a break if you need. 4, come on, slowly. 3, we've got this. This is getting tough. 2, you've got it. Touch down if you need. And 1. Woo, 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 woo. I'm so proud of you, really. If you're standing, little bend in that other knee. If you're seated, lifting from the hip. You don't have your leg out of the chair and doing one of these. You're pulling your leg up from the hip. Straight leg, little bend in the knee, little bend always in the supporting extremity. Hold that chair if you need it and lift from the hip and down. Lift from the hip and down. This would be 10 and down. Look how slowly. Stay with me, slowly. 9. Now touch down if it's too much. Take a 2-second break. 8 and 7. Come on, we've got this. 6, very slowly. And 5. Touch down if you need help, that's fine. 4. Everybody's body's different. 3, we've got this. 2, come on, come on. And 1, and slowly bring it down. You've worked those hip flexors a little bit, the heart again. Very good workout. Shoulders are back. Out we go, and we're just gonna step and step. You have a solid surface. You might be standing in your kitchen with a little kitchen TV right there. Got the kitchen counter. Maybe you're brushing your teeth. Believe it or not, I have a wall-mounted TV and I sit there and brush my teeth and watch my news in the morning. Put my makeup on to a little TV, and I'm not a TV person, but I want my morning news. So it's the countertop. I used to tell my friends, just step out and back. You can work on balance. You're brushing your teeth at night. You just hold that, you got the bathroom counter, brush your teeth and hold that leg up. Keep tapping that counter. And it can be way down here so you're a quick catch. Just little pointers. Out and in. We're picking up our feet. It's so funny, things that we took for granted when we were younger, and now we have to accept we're at a different stage, but we can still do these things. Maybe we do them a little slower. Maybe we don't do them as fast, as high with our movements, but we can still do them. We gotta fight. My mom was a pusher. She was push yourself as long as you can. Don't give in. There we go. Just a big step. You can do this in your chair. Just step over. Lift the foot is the exercise we're doing right here. Okay. Stay where you are. I'm just going here so you can see me. Other foot. Over and up. Over and up. I'm hoping that I've got this loud enough. I really do wish I had it around my ear. There we go. How's that? There we go. I love this. Lift that foot. Good job, everyone. Very good. People keep passing me if you wonder what in the heck is that chick doing. I'm waving to people that are passing. There we go. Okay. Lift and back. There we go. Lift and back. Hold the chair if you need it. Hold your counter if you need it. And your leg can be barely moving. As long as it's off the floor, we want to have that strength to lift. Got the counter, got the chair, got something for safety. There we go. Keep this up a few more. Since I'm talking about strength, you know I always have to talk about my protein. We are losing muscle at our age. It's just part of life. As you age, you lose muscle. That's why that Greek yogurt, you'll see Greek, you pay a little more for it. Trust me, I about choked when I started eating Greek yogurt a few years ago. But it has more protein in it. We need about 60 grams of protein a day, according to one study I read. And that's a good way to get 12 to 15 grams of protein in one serving. Nuts, eggs, meat, whatever, beans, legumes, whatever it takes for you to get your protein that you like. but we have to do some muscle work too. Be it swimming, you're building muscle, that's more aerobic, but weight bearing is extremely good for bone density and muscle mass. And we are combating, by doing this class, muscle loss. Keep that in mind. I'm very aware of losing muscle mass myself. I take bands in my house sometimes, and I'll just sit there at the chair watching TV, doing those very inexpensive bands. We probably have extras in the connection. You could go and say, could I have a yellow band about this long? They probably could just cut you one. And just sit there, or wrap it around your foot and pull. Anything to move your body and work. Okay, let's do 2 more of these. And 1 more. Okay, good job. Let's do a little for the core now. Started with our biggest muscle group. Actually, your glutes are the biggest muscle group in your body, and then of course your legs. But we're gonna do a little core work, because to keep us upright, we need strong muscles here. And how many of us have got bad, let's take a water break now if you're smart and remembered yours. How many of us have had lumbar area issues, lower back issues? Well, we need a good core to support that lower back, that lumbar area. So let's work a little bit on this. Now I'm gonna take a ball that I brought. You can take and clasp your hands. You can take a can of, big can, 15-ounce thing of tomatoes, or nothing, just crush or clasp your hands. Long, we are lengthening when we raise our hands up. Here we go, look at this. I can feel that. I'm bringing my shoulders back, my tummy's coming in and down. If you're standing, feet hip distance apart gives you a better base. There we go. There we go. Inhale. 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 Just working, elongating this core right here. Now if you're sitting, same thing. Let's clasp our hands, same premise. Same premise. Working those shoulders. Some of us have bad shoulders, but in general, it's reaching behind you where you have issues, or over your head. Like in front, I understand. That's why I love my job and have been here 6.5 years. I was just talking to my supervisor, Gabe. 6.5 years. I empathize with our residents because I'm right here. There we go, come on. Nice and easy. Inhale. Come on, we've got this. Inhale, hold that tummy in, work those abdominal muscles. I have a friend, I know I've said this in one of my classes, and sorry for being redundant for those of you that have heard this. Since she was 16 years old, every red light, she sits out behind the driver. You can be the passenger at this point if you want. She holds her stomach in, and then the light turns green, and she's just like, oh. But you're at least doing an isometric exercise to hold those stomach muscles in, those tummy muscles. There we go. 4 and 3. Now I have long arms, little bend in the knees. I'm not here. Take it out. Raise it up. Not killing ourselves today, but getting a good workout. I love coming in and working out with you all. And I'm thrilled to say we do have live classes in the connection, and more people are starting to get out and say, okay, I'm gonna make that a priority, and I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna see that girl's face that I always see in the dining room. Maybe I'll meet someone new, or, oh, I play bridge with that girl and she takes those classes. So that's an option as well. Long arms. Let's do 4. Remember, long. Breathe. 3. Exhale. 2. We've got this. And one. Okay, good job. Do a couple shoulder rolls right here. Roll those shoulders. Roll, get some activity in that shoulder area. I'm going to do another easy one. You might say easy for you to say. Very important to keep us upright and have our lower back, our lumbar not hurt. Guess what we have to work on? Upper back, that scapula area. That area, the shoulder blade area. Now reach out, pull elbows way back. Wrap the shoulder blades around the spine right here. We're working your upper back muscles. Simple exercise. Simple exercise. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Get your elbows. This one, the important thing is elbows go behind your body. Now I'm going to turn, stay where you are. You can do this obviously in your chair. Just reach around your chair. I'm going to turn and show you where my arms are. Back behind my back. Squeezing. Right here. Squeeze. Wrap the shoulder blades around the spine. Remember, my girlfriend calls it her back fat. We ladies get this more than you boys. Like you don't get that tricep hangy batwing thing like we do. But ladies, you know that when we put on our lingerie, our bra, our bathing suit, and we kind of get that area. This helps combat that. There we go. Reach it back. Row that boat. Now, if this is not enough for you, some of you are like fitness. It's amazing for me. That's another reason why I love coming here to work, is I see people that are 92 years old going to the weight room. I mean, if just doing your upright rows are too much, march in place, okay? A lot of us, maybe most of us, half, I don't know what the percent, need to stand because we're cognizant of having something solid. Pull. Make sure you're doing good form. Look where my arms are, way back. Work that upper body. This is something when you're thinking about it, watching TV, and you're thinking, boy, I had a lazy day, like some of us do sometimes, and I'm thinking, I really didn't do anything today. I'll just sit there while I'm watching TV and either march in place in my chair for a couple minutes, anything to move your body a little bit. There we go. 4, elbows back. 3, you're amazing. 2, come on, and 1. Now we've worked. That worked the shoulders, and that worked the scapula between, and that upper back. Keep those muscles. Everything we do because of anatomy is forward, and we've got to be cognizant of things behind us, okay? So that's just a really good posterior workout, something for the back area. Now another, I think I'm calling these simple. They're maybe not simple to some of you. Arm lifts. Little bend in the elbow to protect those joints. If you're standing, feet hip distance apart is the most difficult or easiest for balance, for a center of gravity. I don't want to say easy, not for some. This is much more difficult for some of us. Be aware if you're whatever stance, you've got something solid. You know how I am with safety. And just slightly lift forward. Slightly lift. Working the front of that deltoid, that shoulder area. I'm going to add a weight. Hopefully, those of you that do this regularly, get your can of corn or maybe have gotten a couple of very light weights. You can have 2 6-ounce tomato pastes, anything to add resistance. You can have a band wrapped around your foot, or you can have nothing. I have a bad shoulder here, so I don't want to add any weight, resistance. Now remember, you can be here if safety's an issue. Many of us are sitting here. And I'm going to take this out. ourselves to get a workout, just as long as we're moving our body and we have fluid motion. There we go. There we go. Nice and tall core. My shoulders are back. Look at the difference in posture. And just a slight lift. You may be down here. Maybe your shoulders bother you a little bit. Don't do this. Don't sling. You can be down here and lift. Very calmly, very slowly. Are you with me? Come on, we're in this together. Come on, we got this. I'm very, very, very happy. I see people in the halls and they'll say, love those 9 o'clock classes. Maybe they're not social people. They don't want to get dressed this early. And they don't want to come to a live class. That is perfect. You are moving, we are moving our bodies. That's what's important. We are continually moving our bodies. I love that saying, use it or lose it. Let's do 4. Touch down and break if you're starting to get tired. 3, come on, we've got it. Touch down and break. 2, keep standing if you're standing. I'll be right back with you. And 1. Good job. Okay. Very good, everyone. Get a drink if you feel a little bit, whoo, good workout. Even if you don't feel like, whoo, good workout. Okay, standing up tall. I'm going to take my hands. Elbows are bent a little bit more now. Over to the right and back. Right. Now, working those obliques right here. Look at my right shoulder, taking it to the back wall. And if you're sitting in your chair, maybe scoot out a little bit toward the front so you have that room with the elbow to move back and back. There we go. There we go. This is important because how many times are you out and you think, I think somebody's walking behind me, or somebody will say, Karen, do you know where that piece of paper is? And you want to hand somebody something. We want to have range of motion. There we go. Turn and back. Turn and back. Good. Turn and back. Let's do 4. Elbow is going back. I'm going to turn. You stay forward. Turn. Look at that elbow going way back. My shoulder way back. 3. Very controlled. We're not out here to do a sprint. And 1. There we go. Now we're forward. Nice deep breath. Get a water if you need it. I really miss my water this morning because you all know how I am about that. Deep breath and elbow. Now watch my shoulder and elbow to the wall. In other words, I'm not just barely turn. I'm going to turn. Turn. That engages the obliques. My shoulder is parallel with the back wall and back. 11, 10, 9, we've got this, come on. 8, very slowly. It's not a jerky, like this, not this. 7, 6, very good job. 5, we've got this. 4, 3, come on. 2, and 1. We've worked that waist a little bit now, and so important, once again, somebody's behind you. I have a thing about personal space. I get a little, I don't want somebody too close behind me without knowing who it is. So you want to be able to turn and see who is behind you. Yeah, it's just nice to be able to have everything nice and fluid. Okay, let's take our arms out. We're gonna work those shoulders a little bit again. Very easy. You may be very tiny, which is fine. Once again, if this is too easy and you're standing, we're sitting, a lot of us, I don't know what percent, but no big deal. We're working upper body. You can sit however you want. If you're standing and you want to make it a little more difficult for balance reasons, feet together, and there we go. There we go. Circle. There we go. And now if you're standing and you want to make it a little bit more difficult yet, always make sure you have that solid surface. You can close your eyes and do this. Difficult, but safety first. Don't do this, please, unless you're very confident with your eyes closed. There you go. Feet hip distance apart for safety if you're not as stable. Now let's take a 2-second break. Deep breath. One more deep breath. Take your arms the opposite way, right? There we go. Now you can be little tiny circles. There we go, little tiny, or there we go. Big, depending on your fitness level, on your shoulders. You can keep your feet together. You can have your eyes closed. Always modify. Remember that old joke, doctor, doctor, it hurts when I do that? Then don't do that. Oh, there we go. Circle, circle. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Whew. Deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. Fill the bottom of those lobes of your lungs up with that great oxygen. Oh, that's good. And exhale. Arms out to the side. Now, do this on the outside of your armrest if you're at home with your chair. If you're standing, once again, you're way here for stability. You're here because you're a little more balanced than some of the others of us. It's your body, you know your limitations. I'm going to do this just because. Okay, arms are out. Now you can be way down here. And look at how slowly, please don't do this. You're using momentum. I want you to slowly raise it and slowly lower it. This works our heart. So if you can get your arms up, and you can tell the difference. This one has limitations, no big deal. Do what your body tells you. You can also be way down here. Maybe you have too bad shoulders, and doctor, it hurts when I do that, and don't do that. You can be down, but the problem is, or the point is, not this. Okay? Lift, you're slowly using one muscle group. Lower, another muscle group. Lift, hold it, take it down. Now you can be way down here, perfect. Way down here is perfect. Way down here. Or, depending, or. I always say name your poison. Go at your own rate, right? There we go. If you're a little further along in your fitness journey, or not as far along, and you're having to slow down yet, maybe you're still walking in place and able to do this. Or maybe you have to do this with feet a little further apart. Safety. And maybe you're right here, and that's fine. I'm going to stay right here with you. There we go. 4, 3, using the middle of that deltoid. You can use weights to add a little resistance. And 1. Good job. Nice deep breath. Shoulders back. Remember, I want ears and shoulders, hips and knees in alignment. Here's your good posture stance, and then here's your, hey Mary, how are you? So If it's balance that keeps you aware of posture, or if it's fitness, looks, whatever, it's kind of like drinking water. Some people drink it to flush, some people drink it for their skin, some people drink it for their health. Whatever motivates you, okay? Good job. Okay, we are going to do a few cool down exercises. I hope you have enjoyed this class, or are enjoying this class as much as I do. Some of us have a little arthritis, and we're just slowly doing an exercise. I just got back from Nashville last night. I don't know, ladies, you're probably aware with grandchildren, maybe with your daughters. American Girl doll, I've never been to a store. And my 7-year-old just had a birthday, and we had a chick trip. We loaded the car with drinks and snacks and stopped wherever we wanted and went to Nashville just for an overnight, went Saturday and came back on Sunday. American Girl doll chick trip. It was fun. So, and then I got my sister on a roll now, so she wants to take her daughter and granddaughter for her granddaughter's birthday. Oh, and the highlight of my trip, open, not to bore you, but kind of a fun story. You ladies, if you're an American Girl or heard of American Girl dolls, we never grew up with them because my daughters wanted them, and I said, not paying that for a doll. So they opted for babysitting dolls, and they said, Mom, we were just as happy. But anyway, now that you're a grandparent and can treat, it was fun to be able to buy one of those dolls for the granddaughter. But they take these dolls and have their hair, they pay to have dolls' hairs fixed downwards. It was a different experience. Anyway, we went to touch finger to thumb, finger to thumb. This is dexterity. We went to Dolly Parton's house. You can actually look her address up, and felt like a stalker, but we did go by it, turned around and went by it again, so that was kind of fun. My family loves Dolly Parton. My maiden name is Parton, so that was kind of fun. Okay, there we go. Now, whether you're seated or you're standing, I'll go to the seated position. Here's standing. Bend those knees a little bit. Head above the heart. And arch that back like in a cat. A black, I don't know, I have to say black cat. A cat stance. Stretching out those vertebrae. If you're seated, same thing. Just dangle. Oh, I feel that in my lumbar area, that lower area of the back. Get your shoulders forward, almost over your knees if you can, head up. When we drop our head below our heart, all that blood rushes to the head. So I like my head up above my heart, dangle, dangle. I'm going to go back to the standing, stay in your seat if you're comfortable. There we go. And now circle. If you've ever had a locked or a frozen shoulder, locked or frozen shoulder, they do this. Kind of release that pressure. There we go. And reverse it. Head above the heart. Get the knees a little bit further down. Now I'm going to put my hands above my knees and pull my shoulders up. I want to, right here. Stretch that back. Stretch that back out. If you elevate your shoulders a little bit, you're down here, straight back, but my shoulders are toward my ears. I feel it in that lower back, a nice stretch right here. Straighten that back up. And round it one last time and roll up with me, one vertebrae at a time, and roll those shoulders. Down and back we go. Chin to the chest. Stretching out that trapezius area, the back of the neck. Bring it up. Take that chin to the right. Chin to the left. Back to the front. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. And before we get out of here, I always like to end with a positive thought for the day. I feel like we're so blessed. Let's think of something we're excited about, maybe some sunshine, maybe having lunch with a friend. Maybe you're going to finally call somebody you haven't heard from and you've been worried about them. I used to tell my mother, Mom, she'd say, I haven't heard from such and so. I'd say the phone rings both ways. I tell my girls to have a friend, you have to be a friend. So maybe today's the day that I'm going to call that girl that I've been thinking about. And I have so many friends. It is hard to keep up with like 10 people that you really love, but sometimes you just have to go, okay, you've got to call Mary. You haven't called her for a while. Positive thoughts, something we're going to do, something we're looking forward to, maybe a little prayer for thanks for what we have, and have a blessed day. Thanks for joining us.